Hi. So thanks for coming along to watch this video today. What I'm going to show you is something that a customer just asked for on the telephone not so long ago. This person has received a list of company names, and typically they would go off and get the researchers to enhance that information with contact information. So senior decision maker level, telephone number, employee bandwidth, annual revenue. Well, the employee bandwidth and the annual revenue they didn't bother with because it would take too much time. However, they wanted to get the telephone number, job title of a senior decision maker and the email address, first name and last name. So I've explained how we can do this, how we can automate that, and I'm now going to show how that works. What I've done here is I've created a Google Sheet. I've called it from company name. Sheet 1 is just the company name, and then I've done a duplicate at Sheet 2, or a copy of Sheet 1, and it's just the company name and the information that I'd like to have enhanced. Then what I've done in Zapier is I've created a zap called Add Personal Information to a Company Name. So if we click in on that Zap, I'll show you what it is that we've done. Google Sheets is the trigger app. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trigger it every time there is an, oh look, it's tested it here. I'm going to trigger it every time there's a new record in there. So it's new spreadsheet row, that's the query that's running on. It's using my account that we know about, and it's using that sheet from company name. Worksheet is sheet 1, so that's from company name, and its worksheet is sheet 1. Then when I tested that step, it went and it found a record, and it was able to come back and enhance the information. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test that again, but I'm going to have to put a company name in there. So let's say Email Movers Limited is the one that I normally test. Then we'll go over to Edit Sheet and we'll retest the Google Sheet and get another one. Click Fetch and Continue, and if we click on View, yes, it's found that record. The reason why I use Email Movers is because I know it exists on the database. So there's been the chance if I was just guessing names, it wouldn't exist on the database, and as a result of that, I wouldn't be able to get the information back and test successfully. I then connect Contact Enhance, connect my account as normal. Find the company is the search that I'm going to run. Contact Enhance, test my account, look at that, works very nicely. And I'm going to use the company name as the identifier. As most of you know, email, domain, company, website, telephone, Facebook profile, Twitter profile can be used as the identifier. Then I'm going to bring in the value, which is the company name value. That's what I'm using as my search string. Then click Continue. It finds the company, there it is. So we know the company exists on the database. Click Continue. Then what we want to do is go back and create a new row on a separate worksheet, which is that Copy 1 worksheet. Just go through these steps really quickly. So I selected Google Sheets. I selected Create Spreadsheet Row. I then tested my account there. It worked all good, and I click Continue. So it's the spreadsheet from company name, and it's the worksheet company sheet 1. I want to enhance the company name with a first name, job title, email address, company name, last name and telephone number. So if I click Continue there and then Finish, what we should find happens there is we should see in a moment, if I click on here, we should see that runs. So if I go back over here now, we can see in Google Sheets, once it's woken up, we've got Email Movers, and then in Sheet 1 we're going to have information come back here. So it's not actually going to run because I just told it to run before turning it on. So I'm going to go back over here and I'm actually going to put it in again, Email Movers Limited. Oh, and my backup's just started, so my machine will now crawl. That's okay. Email Movers Limited. There we go. Enter. And then if I go over here and click, if I just go back onto my dashboard and this time hit run, it'll go. It's found one new record, and we should see in a moment, just before it finishes, that it's going to do an update. There we go. Google sent the information. Go back here, and in a second we should find that that information comes through onto copy of sheet 1. So there it is. It's found contact details for Robert McLean. He's in IT management. 0845 226 7181 is the telephone number, and the email address is robert@emailmovers. And all that information came from just the company name over here. If you're going to do this, it's important, really important, to use the word limited if it's a limited company, or PLC if it's a public limited company. There's no fuzzy logic behind the name, so make sure that the name is spelt as you think the company would be spelling the name. So email movers, it's not email dash movers or email space movers or email space movers space limited. It is email movers limited. That's really important when this query is running. If there's any difference, it won't work. It's not case sensitive, however, it is looking at the spaces and the characters you put in, and you can't use abbreviations for limited. And the information that you'll get back is not only limited to this, you can add all of the other business description information, etc., the Twitter stuff, all that stuff can be added. I just did this for demonstration purposes. Okay, so any questions, do let us know. Thanks, bye.